So the match finishes Forest 0, Arsenal 0. Welcome to the player ratings and my match reaction. Good evening, everybody. Hope you are doing well and welcome to the player ratings. Make sure you've got your player ratings in if you're there in the live chat. If you're watching later, let me know what you thought of the game in the comments and your man of the match. As always, please make sure that you have hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well if you are new. Where do we start with this one? I have some mixed feelings about this game. I thought we were utterly woeful in that first half. I thought defensively, outside of Einar, we were quite solid. Arsenal were triple teaming down that right-hand side. Trossard, Calafiore, Declan Rice was coming out there and having a look, and someone else as well. And then the second half started very similar. But it was weird. He took off Calafiore, who I thought was one of Arsenal's better players in that first half, and brought on Kieran Tierney, who didn't have as much as an impact as Calafiore. Calafiore kind of, he had the best chance of the first half. He hit the post when he was able to turn, was it Dominguez, I think it was, and hit the post. But then once we made the change and we went to a 4-3-2-1, it suddenly looked more compact and more solid, and actually Forest were more on the front foot than Arsenal. And we created the better chances. You got to say, Wood had a really good chance in that second half. Gibbs White with some nice quick feet, played it into Wood. He tried to give the keeper the eyes, aim for the far post, goes to the near post. He should have gone far post because Raya had sold himself at the near post. And I think that was the best chance of the match. How do I feel about this game? A point, you're playing second in the league and you get a point. It's a good point. There is a little bit of me that's disappointed today because I don't think Arsenal played very well and I don't think Forest played very well. I would have to say, if you were an outsider watching the Premier League for the first time and someone said to you, this is the team ranked second in the league and this is the team ranked third in the league, you'd be very surprised by it. You'd be very surprised by it. Forest were very defensive in that first half. Our passing is woeful. Woeful. We can't pass the ball. Everything is long ball. And maybe you could say the last 15-20 minutes was okay passing wise, but I'm not liking some of the passing play that I've seen. Now, a point isn't bad, but I'll say to you this: if Forest play like that against Man City, who've got Omar Marmoush and Haaland both playing tonight against Spurs, they will score goals. You can't. Arsenal have no attack. Let's be honest here. But I'm not completely disappointed. I'm happy with the points. I just think, what if? And I gotta say, a massive shout out to Taiwo. I thought Taiwo came on and looked very busy, very assured, really kind of put himself about. And I thought that was probably his most impactful game from the bench. And Murillo, for me, definite shout out for man of the match. Absolute brick at the back. There's a clearance off the line. Okay, the player was offside, but Murillo wasn't to know. Headed everything away. Looked assured on the ball a lot better than he has done in the last two games. So yeah, it's a boring point. It's probably the best way I can describe it. It wasn't an exciting game. And at neither stage did I feel like Arsenal had us too much under the cosh in terms of an attacking threat. There was a lot of sideways balls from them. I thought Wanyeri for them was very quiet. I thought Declan Rice was dictating the pace in the middle. But it was a bit of a bore fest, if I'm being honest with you. But a point's a point. So let's get into the player ratings. Make sure you got your player ratings in. It's pinned in the comments for you, I believe. So go check that, go do that now if you haven't already done it, and we'll go through those now for you guys. Now, he says, and don't forget to check out this huge £10,000 worth of Forest gifts you can get from football prizes. You've got signed frame shirts. You got pretty much every player's shirt. So let me just read you out some of the prizes you can get for 39p. Yes, you heard me right, 39p. Like, tell me where you can get a better deal. You can win Matt Sells signed frame shirt, a Murillo signed frame shirt, Einar signed frame shirt, Ryan 8, Sangare, Taiwo, Dominguez, Moreno, Einar, Murato signed shirts. You can also win matchday hospitality tickets for either Forest against Everton or Forest against Leicester. There's the actual home shirt, away shirt, and third shirt that you can win as well. I'm not done. There's an Insta prize of £1,000 tax-free, £500 tax-free, loads of £100 giveaways, and site credit for like 250 quid. So scan this QR code or click on the exclamation mark prize in the chat. Go 39p for those tickets. Okay, let's talk about Matt Sells. Start off with him. I don't think he was under any stress, guys. I'm struggling to think. That one, you'd have to say the only one that got past him was that Calafiori shot, which hit the post. You could argue he had his angles covered, but outside of that, not too much. I'd say the only thing that frustrated me about him was the constant kicking. I know it's obviously instructions from the bench, but it's a hard watch. It really is. I think I'll give Sells a 7 out of 10. I thought he was fine. I didn't see too much to worry me about. We'll see what you guys did. Mark with the $5 says, thank you for your content always. I drive lorries in the US, so the only way I could get the match is here. Much love to all the Reds. Oh, Mark, that's very kind of you, bro. Make sure you're driving safe, and I hope you get to your destination okay. Thank you, Mark. And you guys went 7.5 for Sells. I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, happy birthday to Sells as well. Happy birthday to him indeed. Let's see who's next. So we've got Einar at right back. I don't want to go in on him. I think he had a better second half than first half. That's probably the nicest thing I can say. He just feels like he's playing lazy football. That's the best way I can describe it. He just feels like he can't be bothered. I don't know if that makes sense. He's just very laid back. Laid back is probably the word I don't know, guys. What's the best word to use here? Right? Because it just felt laid back and very half-tempoed, half-paced with him. I think he got cooked in the first half, and the second half he was okay. I am worried a little bit about him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give him a 4 out of 10. That first half, not good enough for me. I'm sorry, not good enough. I'm gonna say a 4. You guys nearly got a 6 for him. Wow, that's quite high. Okay, it is what it is. You guys are free to vote how you want. Get your votes in. Mike, sorry, with the 25 months, there's only positive being a clean sheet and a point. Oh, Nino will be very happy with the clean sheet. Thank you so much, bro, for the 25 months. I'm surprised you guys went that high, if I'm being honest with you. I'm surprised that you went that high. I think 4 is about right. I think the first half performance was pretty poo-poo. Okay, Milenkovic, I thought, apart from where he got turned by, was it Wanieri? I think Wanieri got in behind him and Einar. I thought the rest of the game, he was quite solid, to be honest. Under no real duress. I think both centre-backs were quite comfy. Murillo, for me, was better than him today by a country mile. I think it was a solid performance. I did worry when he got turned. He's a 7 out of 10 for me. No real major concerns about him. Sharky, he's been here a month for every year I've been on this planet with the 30 months. Thank you so much, Sharky, bro. Hope you're well. Hope everything at home is good too, bro. Thank you so much for the 30 months, bro. That's a 30 months. That's crazy. Let's see what you guys went. You guys went a 7.4 for Milenkovic. I'm okay with that. I don't have too many arguments against that. But he was nowhere near as good as this man here. Murillo today, for me, early candidate for man of the match. Liverpool are 2-0 up, are they? Murillo didn't really put a foot wrong for me. Headed everything away. Solid in the air. Solid on the ground. Positionally very clever. Football IQ. Knew when to cover cells. Passing, some of the long balls were okay. Some weren't. I think he's a 9 out of 10 today, guys. I really do. I thought his performance was that strong. So I'm going to give him a 9. Do you think we can secure UCL football? I hope so. Inshallah, I would say, bro. Inshallah. So I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Yeah, he did give the ball away a few times, Marcus, but they all did. You can't say he did and no one else. They all did, man. You guys went an 8.1. Wow. I'd have thought you guys would have been all happy clapping on like a 9.5. 8.1. Am I going too high with a 9, guys? I mean, obviously you're all going to say yes, because on average you guys have got an 8.1. That one feels low to me from you lot. That one feels a bit low. I'm not going to lie. It feels a little low. I'm going to 9. Oh, by the way, look how perfect Sharky's beard is, man. Look at the effort he puts behind it and stuff. I need to take a page out of his book. Sharky says, good point. Even if we lose to City, we still stay top 5. Then the easier games. Packing for Europe. Me and the boys on tour. Sharky, I hope you've booked me a ticket as well, bro. Thank you so much for the £5. So loads of you are saying 9 in the chat, right? So how's he ended up with an 8.1? Unless there's some Arsenal fans in there. I don't know. There's a little conspiracy there. Or agendas. All right, Nico Williams. I really liked his performance today. They didn't get a sniff down that left-hand side. Wanyeri is their next, great hope. And I think Nico Williams shut him out completely in the first half. And in the second half, he got hooked. And I think Nico Williams had an absolutely cracking performance. I think he may only be second on that pitch to Murillo for me. Very, very good. Very good performance. And even in the first half, he had a little bit of forward threat about him. Not much. But there was nothing he did for me that made my butthole pucker up today. So I was very happy with his performance. He's getting an 8 out of 10 from me. Very good performance from Nico Williams. Wow, 7.1. El Beard, says Sharky. El Beard. How you... Did he do something or didn't do something that I've missed? I don't know. Sean, thank you so much for the $4.99. All right, I finally figured out. So if you don't put a message in, it just defaults to say thank you for your donation. And there's me thinking you lot were just doing it as a troll message. Thank you, Sean, for the $4.99. Appreciate it. But that would be a funny donation message. So much love, Sean. Thank you so much. Exactly. Mum approves. Quite rightly so. Carol, I still can't reply to your comments, by the way. It's driving me crazy. Okay. I don't know how you got a 7.1 for Nico Williams. I really don't. There's no fault in the algorithm. The fault is in the users. Wait, this wasn't the starting team sheet. Why is my admin not updated it? Curtis with the 4 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. What a legend Curtis is. Who did we start with? Dominguez. It is Dominguez. All right, I'll get that sorted in the background. Nick. All right, Dominguez. Terrible for me. I'm sorry. Look, what I'll say about Dominguez, he wasn't as bad as he was against Newcastle. I just don't know what he's trying to do on the pitch. He runs around a lot. Look, I'll give him credit. He did make a couple of good tackles, but he also got turned so easily by Calafiore for that chance. And I just don't know if he's offering anything going forward. I think I agree with what Ant said the other week. If you're playing in a high pressing team, he would probably work quite well because he'll win the ball high up and then give it to someone more talented than him. I just don't think he suits this Nuno ball system thing. for me. That's kind of my feelings and thoughts about it. I'm gonna give him a 4.5 to a 5, and I think I'm being generous. All right, I think I'm being generous. I'm giving him a 5, but I've yet to see a performance this season from him that's made me think, wow, he's done a cracking job there. It's because you're blind. Williams never stopped running tonight. Is that aimed at me, David? That aimed at me. I've bigged up Williams. Way too high, Wolfie. I feel like I am being generous. Let's see what you guys did. Well, you can't say way too high when you've gone a 4.9. You lot have done some weird votes here. Like, I would have like guessed or anticipated you guys would have given him about a 4. Look, he didn't, in the end, he didn't concede a goal or anything like that. So fine. Let's move on. There's nothing really to talk about his performance. All right, the next one. Who was next? Anderson. Anderson. I don't. Maybe change it to subscribers only. I can change it to members only. I don't know about Anderson. He's about 6. Some points he was involved. Some points he was missing from the pitch for me. I would like to see Anderson in the 10, if I'm being honest with you. We can still finish 6th, which is Europe, outside of Champions League, if we don't get back to winning ways, says Michael. I agree, man. We just got to get through Man City, and then hopefully we can beat Ipswich. Look, for me, the problem with Anderson today was that him and Danilo were sitting too deep, okay? Be it that a tactical decision or be it that how Nuno wanted them to set up. He did his hard work. I just think he has more to offer in the higher parts of the pitch. And that's where I want to see him. So I would like to see him in the 10. I'll give him a 6 out of 10 for me. I thought he had an okay game. Nothing good, nothing bad, if I'm being honest with you. So I'll give him a 6. You guys went 6.4. 6.4 for Elliot Anderson. Okay, that's about the same. I'll let it go. And there we go. It's updated. Okay, right, into the midfield. So Hudson-Odoi was on the right-hand side. Let's start with him. I thought he had a very good game today. I think he was our best right winger today and our best right back. Some of the chat saying you're in a good mood, Wolfie, but I can tell you're just relieved. I think we all are. It's not so much I'm in a good mood. I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about this game. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I feel about it. But Callum Hudson-Odoi, I kind of wanted 3 Callum Hudson-Odois on the pitch. I wanted him at right back, I wanted him at right wing, and I wanted him at left wing. That chance he had in the second half, if it was on the left wing, I reckon he scores it. But because he had to try the finesse with his left foot, I think he wasn't able to execute it as well. I thought he took on the left back a couple of times, got him behind. What I was very disappointed about was that we weren't trying to target that channel more often because Calafiori picked up a yellow very early on. And why didn't we just bombard their right-hand side, put him under pressure over and over again? So, but outside, that's from a tactical point of view, not from Hudson-Odoi. I thought defensively, that's probably the best defensive performance I've seen him do. Usually he can be quite lazy to get back. So I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he had a very good game today. Very good game. See what you guys did. Wow. 6.7. You lot are harsh, man. You lot are harsh. I don't know what to say. 6.7. Oh, I'm just moving on. 6.7. All right, let's move on to Elanga. If you lot have scored Elanga higher than Callum Hudson-Odoi, I'm shutting the channel down, because then obviously I have no understanding of football if that's the case. Look, Elanga for me, for the first 2 to 3 minutes, looked interesting on that left-hand side. He got in behind once, and then he just never bothered again. I don't think there was much of the ball down that left-hand side anyway during the whole match, because Arsenal were coming, while Elanga was on, Arsenal were coming down our left-hand side. I'm not saying he had a bad game. I'm saying he had a ghosty game. I don't know if that makes sense. He just wasn't really involved again. Maybe he should have been switched onto the right-hand side to try and take on Calafiori to force a second yellow out of him or something. I don't know. I just think he was a bit anonymous over there while the game was going on over here, if you know what I'm saying. I'm going to give him a 5. I'm going to give him a 5. He shouldn't have come off. It was Dominguez. Why you have a pace merchant on who's static? I don't know, Jeff. I don't know. Do you guys agree with what I'm saying there? He's like a 5.6. Maybe 5 is a little harsh. Whatever. I can't bother to change it now. You guys have gone a 5.4 for him. 5.4. Okay. Fair enough. Morgan Gibbs-White. He's so frustrating, man. Like, I think... look, on Morgan Gibbs-White today, I think we saw the good, the bad, the ugly, the very good, the very bad, and the anonymous as well. Let me explain. His little play to Chris Wood for Chris Wood's chance was enchanting. The way he got it out of his feet quickly, the ball and the weight on it to Chris Wood was fantastic. Chris Wood should have scored. Then he goes and does a massive pirouette in your own half with a minute to go before full time, loses the ball, could have cost us the game. Then every other pass he's trying to do is a back heel flick or a Travella pass with the outside of his boot, and I don't get it. He went through this phase about 4 weeks ago or so. He was brilliant in the Brighton game as well, where he was just playing the simple passes and the simple balls. Look, he still worked hard today. He was tracking back and everything. I think I want to see him as an 8. I just don't think he's a 10 anymore. I think 8 is his position. But then you worry if he starts to do those tricks and flicks consistently more because he's playing deeper. Morgan Gibbs-White is a bit of a headache of where you play him to get the best out of him. That's I don't know if I'm making sense. Some of his passes today were exquisite because they came off. Some were pathetic. But there was probably more poor passes than good passes. 10s can normally shoot too as well. Yeah, did he have a shot? I can't remember him having a shot today. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 for me. Let's see what you guys did. 5.9 out of 10. Wow, we're close. Which probably means I'm really wrong about him if I've got anywhere close to your scores today. Let's move on before someone notices. All right, and then from the starting 11, Wood. I thought Wood had a better first half than the second half. Where is he? Where are you, Wood? There you go. I thought he had a better first half than the second half. I thought he worked really hard in that first half. Defensively, he was probably one of our best right backs as well. He was pitching in for Hudson-Odoi because God knows where Einar was half that time. He's got to score those 2 chances. That one where Saliba comes across him, he didn't get it out of his feet quick enough. But the big one, and the one I expect him to score with the form he's been in, was that Gibbs-White pass to him onto his left foot. He had to go for the far post, and he didn't. So, I have no idea what to give him. Jess, we can't just give him a 10, Jess. Like default Jess, man, with the 10. I'm gonna give him a 6. I'm gonna give him a 6. Because the other thing that's swaying me towards a 6 rather than a 7 is when Taiwo came on, I thought Taiwo looked very good and very busy. Taiwo just seems to work against Arsenal. I'm gonna give him a 6. Let's see what you guys gave him. You guys gave him 6.2. Wow, I must be really wrong, man. Really wrong. Quick reminder, guys, make sure you've hit that like button. Make sure you've subscribed as well. Then we go on to the subs. Now, the subs. I'm stalling for time because I can't for the life of me remember who the subs were. So one of you lot's going to have to help me out. Yeah, in fact, I'll just bring it up on another screen. Who was the first sub? Danilo and Yates. Thank you, Anan. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Okay. Danilo and Yates. Let's talk about Yates. Let's start with Yates. There he is. I thought Yates was all right. You know what? He came on and gave one of his fouls away. I didn't really mind it because at least he was trying to get close to those Arsenal players that were getting the freedom of that midfield for most of that half. Didn't he have a header chance, I think, in the box that he kind of sliced or something? I can't fully remember it. I wasn't disappointed with his performance today. You would have liked, if we were 1-0 up, that was the nice right time to bring Yates. I think that change though by Nuno was a better change because we had 3 in the middle and we had some numbers there. I'll give Yates like a 6.5, I think. Sub rule and all that. I didn't think it was a bad performance at all. Let's go 6.5 for Yates. Let's see what you guys did. 6.8. Bloody hell, man. You nearly gave him a 7. 7. Okay, and then the other one that came on was Danilo. Danilo was marshalling that back line. Like when Murillo stepped out to go forward, Danilo stayed and held his position. I thought he was very mature today in his performance. I thought he was fine as well. I just think I prefer a midfield 3 now. I don't care who the midfield 3 is because I don't think any of them are that good. But at least you got a warm extra body there. I'll give him a 6 as well. I thought he was all right today. You guys went 6.2. 6.2. Okay. And then finally Taiwo came on. I thought this was Taiwo's best substitute appearance of the season. I thought he worked hard. I thought he, won free kicks, won the ball back and everything like that. I was very impressed with Taiwo today. Very, very impressed. I'm actually going to give him an 8. I think his work rates were good. He looked pretty cool in that Zorro mask. I thought he worked well today. I probably needed to come on a bit earlier. He only had 5 minutes. Plus stoppage time. I think he should have come on about the 75th minute, and he was really roughing up the Arsenal bag too. So I gave him an 8 out of 10. I thought that's probably too high, but he needs a bit of a confidence boost. Let's see what you guys did. 6.47. Bloody hell, man. Bloody hell. Controversial statement. Taiwo should start against Man City. I don't know. Mark, it's the most I've seen him do in 5 minutes. I've seen him start matches and do less than what he did in the 5 minutes today. I think you're being harsh, Mark. I think you lot are definitely being harsh with a 6.5. He wasn't an 8. All right, fine. Then call it a 7.5, which you can still round up to an 8. No, I'm sorry. I'm sticking with my 8. I thought he got about very well. Obviously, Jess, you're going to say that because he's your mortal enemy. He's the one who could dethrone your king. Can't give him a point for each minute he was on. Basically, I am. That's what I'm doing. And what? If you guys keep talking, I'm going up to a 9 with him. How's that? You are still talking. All right, I can't bother to change it. Okay. And then finally, Nuno. For me, Nuno didn't get the tactics right to start with. Einar shouldn't have been playing today. Dominguez and Anderson shouldn't have been playing it too. This game screamed for a midfield 3. I don't think he got the tactics right. What he did get right is he did make changes, and they were quite early for him because they were in the 62nd minute. And he changed the shape to the correct shape. If he had just listened... No, man, you got to start watching my match previews, bro. I know what you need for these teams. If you'd watched it, I said go with the Christmas tree, 4-3-2-1, and it would work. So I would say he got the subs right. But he should have had that style of team. And again, I don't care who the midfield 3 are. That should have been the team that's starting. So that's some negative points for him, but also positives. At least he noticed it. He should have done it at half time at the latest, in my opinion. I think Nuno's very happy with a point today. He'll be very ecstatic with the clean sheet. And you could tell because Sells got the ball. The ball got kicked back to Sells and he just left it at his feet until an Arsenal player came onto him. And then he picked it up and was slowing the game down. So the team was definitely happy with the point. So, look, I'll give Nuno about a 6 today. I just feel that Arsenal were there for the taking, guys. And we just didn't take advantage of it. I think look, I figured out the thing that's frustrating me the most right now. I feel we've lost our explosive counter-attackiness, if that's such a word. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the first part of the season, whenever Forest were in transition, bam, it was quick, it was sharp passing as well. Now it just feels lazy. It just feels like, let's just punt the ball long and we might get it. Whereas before there was nice, intricate, quick plays, moving through the transition, moving through the gears. And then now it's just, let's punt it forward. Like, what's happened to that? That style's gone a little. It's not explosive, man. It's not explosive. So, I'll give him a 6. Okay, let's do the man of the match quickly. By the way, I think I'm on Never a Foul in an hour at 11. So, I don't know who lost or what have you, but someone's getting trolled, no doubt. It ain't gonna be us, for once. So, let's get the man of the match up. Who do you guys want for the man of the match? For me, I think you need Nico Williams. You need Murillo. Who else do we want? Who else? Who else? Who else? I've gone blank. Taiwo? Yeah, Hudson-Odoi. Good shout. Good shout, Hudson-Odoi. I'm putting Taiwo on there. I'll put Taiwo just to annoy you lot. There's your 4 choices. Get your votes in. Get your votes. Taiwo's in there. I'm not even trolling you. And I've put him in capital letters so you don't miss him. And he's already on 100% of the vote. Look at you lot with your agendas, man. Seriously. All right, get your votes in. I'll give you 30 seconds on that. So, in the lead with 65% of the vote is Taiwo. Well done to you lot. Shout out to Taiwo. Taiwo's still in the lead with 60% of the vote now. The rest are all on 0. 0, 0, 0. While that's while you guys are voting, let me catch up on the super chats. I've got one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? All right, get your votes in. I think it was Curtis, isn't it? Curtis with the $2. He says 12-man panel blaming the ref is hilarious. What, Potts and them? They're blaming the ref. The ref, I didn't think the ref did anything wrong today. I didn't think the ref did anything wrong. All right, you got 10 more seconds to get your votes in. It should be in the live chat if you've never seen it before. Get your votes in. Your winner with 57% of the vote goes to Taiwo. Well done. All right, I'm joking. If you're listening to this on the podcast, Murillo got the vote. Of course he did. But special shout out to Taiwo. I thought he had a cracking game. Okay, I'm back in an hour. Or if you're watching this later, I'm not going to be back in an hour. I'll be over on Never a Foul anyway. So make sure you guys have hit that like button. By the way, this player rating will be uploaded as a separate video, so it's separated from the watch along for ease of finding. So make sure you've hit that like button. Make sure you've subscribed. It finishes Forest 0, Arsenal 0. And we'll see you on tomorrow's video. And Grumpy Old Reds and loads of other stuff. Come on, you Reds.